10 different countries with the continent or the same portion of the globe, 10 different countries all over the globe, South America, Europe, and it's great to see that international flavor raise the level of handball here in the United States.
All smiles for the Eagles as we saw Zoller sit in the middle. Now he's making room for his teammates, but I think it was well celebrated, getting pictures, and this is fun for them. And some of them do play more up, not in the open, but just because they are a first-year team. So maybe in the years to come, we'll see some of them competing in the elite. But great competition. And again, for those at home, you're thinking that you didn't get enough action. Well, this is just game 1 of 3 today. This is the men's open, then we have the women's open, and then the elite level of USA team handball here at the Podium in the beautiful Spokane, Washington.
We have Seattle Handball Club.
Cal Heat. And third place awards being awarded right now to the team in green. And Seattle HC. So they didn't have that far to travel, but they're not walking away empty-handed.
One of the beautiful things about Nationals being here in Spokane, Washington is the amount of Pacific Northwest representation in this competition. And I say that as a Pacific Northwest native, originally from the Portland, Oregon area, is where I got involved in the sport of handball. Seeing Portland here, Seattle, Spokane, as well as our neighbors across the border, Vancouver, BC, it's been great to see the amount of Pacific Northwest representation here at USA Team Handball Nationals.
And being back in the Pacific Northwest, because you now live in California, did you grow up playing with a lot of them? It seems like it's a very tight-knit community.
Very much so, and looking at this Seattle team celebrating their bronze medal trophy, a number of the guys that I competed against when I first started playing in 2009 are on this very team, as well as a number of guys who started playing with other clubs and have since relocated to the Seattle area. That's also very common as well. So it's nice to see a number of familiar faces from the start of my handball career still playing handball and still representing on this championship level.
ABA, it's been great to learn a lot, and you've been playing, and you're just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the game, as well as whether or not people at home knew it. We saw some of your highlights when discussing beach volleyball. How did you find out about the sport of team handball, Olympic handball, whatever you want to call it, but the sport of handball, and get started in it?
Yeah, and I never get old telling this story, but the first time I was introduced to the sport of handball was during the 2008 Beijing Olympics while I was still in high school, and I happened to flip to a handball game right as somebody was jumping and shooting, and I was naturally transfixed. Watched the rest of that game, watched as many handball games as I could the rest of that Summer Olympics. Did a Google search just looking for a place to play. I got in contact with the Portland Sasquatch Handball Club. They invited me out and to play with them my senior year of high school. Went to Oregon State University because they were the one school in what was then the Pac-10 but now the Pac-12 that had a college club team. Got involved with the national team in 2013, and now it's 2023. I'm a current board member for USA Team Handball. I'm a beach national team player. I'm refereeing in this competition, so I wear many hats for the federation, and it's been an absolute honor for me to add commentator to the list of hats that I've had for this federation, because this sport has given me everything over the past 15 years of my life, and it's just such a great, as you said, tight-knit community, both on the indoor side, the beach side, the board of directors, the referees. It's a small community. We're a small national governing body, but it's a very well-knit one, and there's a lot of international flavor that adds to what we do as well.
ABA, Udo Udoma, player, referee, and just a great ambassador for the sport of handball. So if you're thinking I might want to try this, you started when you were in high school, and that's something that I've been listening a little bit where, Team USA, while they're just not dominant, where we see a lot of European flair, and it wasn't until the sport was in the Olympics for more than a decade that a team other than a European team even was able to get a medal, as we're seeing the first place team, the melting pot, I would say, of this, the men's open, 10 different countries represented by the California Eagles. And it's what I was saying is that just in the U.S., there's not a lot of handball players. You don't start from a young age. And the more people that play it, the more that will able to get an identity in the USA that you see in countries like France, Sweden, a lot of other countries, Croatia, which is where a lot of the Cal Heat players are playing in August for the U19 U.S. men's national team. Trying to maybe get a little bit of redemption as the Cal Heat finish second, but still all together on one court now. First place, California Eagles. Second place, Cal Heat in orange. And then on the far side in green out of Seattle, it's Seattle HC.
And on that point, obviously, Cal Heat a little short in picking up this game. But as you said, being 15 years old and getting into the game, for most sports, that would be on the older side. But in the United States, it's actually on the younger side. Most of the people that you see who are American raised, who pick up handball, they generally do so as adults. And so I should give a lot of credit to the San Francisco Cal Heat team. Martin Bolello, you see on your screen, such a great job in bringing up youth players, teenage players, getting them introduced into the sport. So when they become adults, they have a wealth of experience and knowledge that they can try to parlay in pursuing onto a national team or just growing clubs outside of the Bay Area if they tend to relocate there. So great job by the San Francisco Cal Heat.
Things like this make it possible. 31-28, California Eagles winning the Team USA Open Men's Handball Championship. On behalf of ABA Udo Udoma, I'm Jamie Council. Thank you so much for joining us to this broadcast, and make sure to catch us for the 2 games following today.